Hello and welcome back everyone. Tone here, ready for another Dominion Daily. This is a series where I, a pretty average Dominion player, am playing games and learning more about the game and improving. You guys are along for the ride. You see up here in the upper right hand corner that I once again have the checklist. I think it'll be fun to use this for a few episodes here. Let's see how that works. This checklist was built off of the vocabulary episode we did 2 days ago, where we kind of learned, we were just looking at terms, but just putting names to cards and concepts really helps you simplify strategy and such. And this is actually a good example of it because we put all these complex ideas into those names and just put them on a list like this. I rearranged the list a little bit. The order doesn't matter that much because you really want to know what all the cards on your kingdom are doing. But I put trashers at the top because that is one of the first things I look for, because if you're going to be trashing, I think you want to be trashing early. That's when you get the most benefit from it. And early is when all your cards are bad, so you have a better chance of hitting cards you actually want to trash. If you pick up a trasher late in the game, you're going to end up with a bunch of cards in your hand that you want to keep. So it's harder to trash the ones that you don't want to keep. So I feel like that's something you want to pick up early. So I usually identify that just so I can start, you know, figuring out what my first few turns are going to be. Which is generally going to be, what cards do I want, and like how quickly do I want to get to 5 coin, because if there's anything that costs 5 on the board. But that's still like a rough order now that I look at those things. And then I have that line there because cantrips and deck control are a little secondary to me. It's good to identify those cards, but they don't like factor into your engine as directly as some of these other things. Again, it's just something we kind of threw together last week. There's no hard science to this, just something I thought it was fun to play around with, and it was pretty cool to see. It was pretty enlightening to see it last week. But hey, let's just jump into a game. By the way, if you guys want to support the channel and me and my other related projects, you can do that over at patreon.com/Tonehack. So feel free to check that out. Let's see what we've got here. Right away, Trasher and Chapel and Remake. We have no villages, so that means we're only going to play 1 terminal action per turn. We have draw in the form of Council Room. Pretty much it. Cellar is a form of draw. Not as valuable if you have a well-trashed deck, I think. Buyers and gainers. Council Room is plus buy. Artisan gains, Remake gains, Expand gains. Another Trasher, by the way, is Expand. Coin Harvest, I've never used that. Maybe we'll try that this time. Conspirator, Poacher. Okay, well, what's our strategy here so I don't leave our opponent waiting at the moment? I drew 2-5, so we're buying Chapel immediately. And then 5... I mean, there really aren't many good 5-card... I don't want a Council Room or a Harvest right away. Conspirator is intriguing, but I don't think I like this that much on a board with no actions, or no villages, which are plus action cards. I guess it's not bad. It's like the terminal silver that's not a terminal silver. Board has gardens. What's interesting is I feel like Remake could play into a garden strategy if you had 3-cost cards. The only thing that you can upgrade into a gardens, because this lets you trash a card to gain one that costs 1 more than it, is a silver. Which is interesting. Alright, let's trash all this. I think one of the other components of a garden strategy is probably that you can deplete other piles pretty quickly. I don't think you can really do here without any like better plus buy than Council Room. Remake might be able to help you burn through some of these piles. I don't know. I'm not seeing that kind of strategy here. We went for 4 now. Grab a Poacher. Poacher is a cantrip, which means you get +1 card, +1 action. And it gives us some extra coin here. I'm trying not to get any silver right now, really. Which is why I wanted to grab that Poacher, because it's about as valuable as a silver, I feel. Depends how much, what the value of the card is that you draw with it is. But it's an action card instead of treasure, which I like. Let's see. I trashed 3 copper already, so there's 4 left in my deck. I don't think I can trash both of these. You know what? I don't like my Conspirator plan anymore. I was thinking with Council Room we'd be able to draw a lot of cards, get Conspirators into our hand and play those, but... So how this works is if you play 3 or more actions, including this, it becomes a cantrip, and you can just play a bunch of them. But how do I play 2 actions? I need to play Poachers to get to that, so I guess Poachers are going to be pretty important to our strategy. I'm going to go ahead and trash these then. We know what our hand is next turn? Oh no, we have only 6 cards. I thought we had 5 cards in our deck. But we can get to 5 with this. I perhaps should have gotten Artisan. Well, they got to 7 for Expand already. Trash a card from your hand, then gain a card costing up to 3 more than it. This is pretty darn interesting because you can trash 5-cost cards to get provinces. I'm yet to see that really play out on a board, but it seems like it could be very powerful. Also, this is a terminal action on a board without any villages, so you're not going to be able to do much of that. Alright, what are we trying to do here? Can I afford a silver this turn? No. I need to get another Poacher this turn, I think. Just draw this to get the Chapel into our hand. Harvest feels like a pretty weak card to me. A lot of good decks have the same of a lot of good cards, because that usually means that there's a good card available and you've picked up a lot of them. You want a lot of the same good card in your deck normally. I actually feel like I'm not playing this board that well, so we'll see how this plays out overall. The Poachers and the Conspirator is actually working pretty well here. Question is, do I want an Artisan? And also, do I want a gold? I thought I was working towards a gold, but this Poacher Conspirator thing is working pretty well, and gold kind of stops that up. Once we start putting provinces into our deck, yeah, I don't think that's a good strategy. I feel like we really just want to get gold, Council Room, Expand. So let's just go ahead and buy gold this turn. I'll trash that estate though. Maybe we can expand our Conspirator and count Poachers into more gold if we don't like those decisions. We can actually buy a province this turn pretty easily, I think. Actually, we're guaranteed to draw that Conspirator, which will give it to us. But I don't think our deck is ready to absorb provinces. This guy's getting a ton of silvers. We lost the last time our opponent picked up a ton of silvers. Are they going to be remaking them into gardens? Maybe they're going for that strategy. But look at all these other piles, like nothing is low, so I don't really see that. You can only play 1 remake per turn? No, this doesn't seem like a strategy. They can expand them into pretty much anything they want except for a province. There's some options there. I have 2 coin. This would be 5. I think I want to expand. Or should I grab another gold first so I can trash these coppers and then pick up and expand? Maybe I'll do that. Thing is, I can expand a lot of this stuff into gold. I don't know what I'm doing on this board. Wow. Or... oh, I can do both. Okay, let's trash the coppers and pick up a gold. And the gold can be expanded into provinces as well. We have a lot of gold, and expand, we could easily double province. Council room can be a double province. With a lot of gold as well. To expand, I think that'll make our deck better. I think they might have gotten concerned seeing my deck play. So this deck's gonna have problems once we do start adding provinces. I think we need a council room or even a cellar to overcome that. I'm gonna expand the chapel. I'll play that first too. I can get a card costing up to 5, so I guess I'll grab the council room there. Do I feel the need to grab a province yet? I guess we should. I have a feeling these provinces are going to go fast, and I got the council room I wanted. I kind of want a cellar, but that's not worth... With 1 buy, a 2-cost cellar, it's really not worth doing. Okay, this is a good opening hand. Council room does nothing for us except gives us an extra buy. With right now we would have 10 coin to spend. Oh, I guess the question would have been if I wanted to expand one of these. How do we feel about our deck compared to theirs? Should I expand the province into a province to make this game go faster? I don't know if this is smart, but let's put some pressure onto the end state of this game and see what happens. So now there's 7 available provinces on the board because I just trashed one, and we have 2 of them. If we get to 4 provinces... No, I only have 1 of them, right? No, we have 2. And they have 2. Let's see. Ooh, we're not going to be able to even buy a province this turn. Have I made a mistake? Because we drew our provinces. This is the kind of turn that a cellar would be good for. Ouch. Grab a gold. Because we can expand golds into provinces too. One thing I don't like about Council Room is it gives them a card, so they have a better chance of having a good hand. So we're behind by 4 with 3 provinces here. Let's see what we end up getting with this turn. Okay. Conspirator issues. I play this, we can buy a province, so I think that's what we want to do, even though I kind of want to expand this. I think we should just buy the province. We're up by 2 on a board without a lot of gains or buys. We could easily win this turn. Oh. This looks like a GG hand for us. Expand province into province, and then buy a province, which will be +6 at 24. And that ends the game. Good stuff. That was a interesting game. Some restrictions on the board since there were no villages. A lot of terminal actions. Not a lot of like easy plus buy, I feel. We had to do some fancy stuff with the expand, pushing that province pile down, which ended up paying off for us. Keeping an eye on the pile and like how quickly each player is going to be able to like gain things and how many things are going to be gained per turn was pretty important there. I mean, I was kind of just messing around to see what happened. I wasn't like hyper calculating everything. But that was a fun and interesting game. Cool stuff. Well, we will leave that one there. So thank you guys for hanging out. And I will see you next time for the next Dominion Daily. Take it easy, guys.